the K3. I'm Jen.
I'm Karen.
I'm Marisa.
And this is our news shot, where we take a little nugget of news or gossip that's happening out in the K-drama land, and we dig in, we dig around, we analyze, and we just basically talk about it, because that's what we like to do.
We want to know your thoughts, so subscribe to us here on YouTube.
We have lots of great stuff, including our weekly watch list, including a monthly podcast.
Yay!
So support us by buying us a virtual cup of coffee at the link below. And you can see more great original content like... Ooh, there's stuff to talk about, isn't there?
So much to talk about. Okay, ladies. So, as we know, out in the world, it was a rough week. In K-drama land, in the world in general. But so it's very difficult to not, and this is a thing that a lot of us were talking about on Twitter, that it's our thing is K-dramas. We don't really dive into K-pop. But to pretend like we didn't see what was happening and have some sort of reaction to what was happening seemed disconnected. So, but what we decided is that instead of trying to analyze something that's changing every 30 minutes practically with new things that are happening, we figured we'd just stick with what we're best at, which is, we support the women. And all of the women who were victimized in this situation, those are who we stand by. And so what we want to talk about is the positives. And so what we decided is that instead of trying to analyze what's happening in a situation that is changing, as we just said, like minute to minute, we want to talk about the women that we freaking love in what we love to do. So we're just going to celebrate
the women of K-drama.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so we just picked a few of our favorites, and you probably have seen some of them from our Instagram account. And we're just going to talk about them because we think that's where we want to put our energy, is being positive and supporting the people whose work that we really do enjoy. So you really can't have this conversation without starting with our very number one girl crush, which is Doona.
She is international superstar, not just a Hallyu star, but such an accomplished actress, and she's a muse to the House of Louis Vuitton, and it's just
she was just on the cover of Vogue.
US
Vogue.
So huge.
Yes, the first Korean woman ever.
So
yes,
Doona. Doona.
Since 8. Oh.
Well, that's where I first discovered her. Like, Sun was one of my all-time favorite characters.
Yeah.
She was amazing. She was a badass in the office, and even badder ass, like, in the ring. Like, I just loved her. And then you gave her Detective Moon in season 2 or 3. I lost my damn mind.
Which is why we love seeing her in Matrimonial Chaos, because there were some problems with that K-drama, but it was so great to see them together.
So good.
And now Kingdom.
Right? Which
amazing. Global hit.
Such a global hit. Like, it was just so I still see articles written across the board about one of my favorite showrunners actually was talking about watching it, and I was like, Clem Mazzara, yes, go. It was like worlds colliding. Like, I was like,
so
here's one of my favorite US showrunners talking about how amazing Kingdom was, and I was like, yeah, super excited. So yeah, I mean, she's a juggernaut, man.
Yeah. Well, she seems to play very unconventional characters,
really
which is awesome to see.
So she's
fantastic.
Absolutely.
And another woman we focused on for International Women's Day is Kim Hae-ja, who is a 77-year-old dynamo of an actress currently in Radiant.
Crushing it in Radiant. Crushing it.
Yes. And as you know, we're fairly new to K-dramas, so we're not that familiar with her, but everything we've read, we understand that she is just such an accomplished actress who also gives a lot of her own personal time and money to charitable organizations who she supports.
To doing good in the world.
To doing good in the world. And it seems like an all-round wonderful person, and that's coming through in this character in Radiant, because it's just so whole and damaged and beautiful.
Which I think is why, I think that's maybe what it is about Radiant and her performance in it that is making it so satisfying for me, is that you're allowed to see a woman make catastrophic errors in judgment and not, make bad choices and do that and still be loved by her friends and family, and it's not a complete deal breaker, which I think a lot of times we as women are, it's almost a situation where if we make one mistake, it's done, it's over, we're out. And so
that fear may always be present or
and
present
so
a lot in a lot of
that's
situations.
what I really have been enjoying in her portrayal or the character in Radiant is like, whew, she's a hot mess.
And also, this is a K-drama starring a 77-year-old woman.
That
Right?
is
Yes.
Like she
phenomenally
is
awesome.
It is kind of
Because
it
she's
is-
because at first, I remember when the show first started, you were both saying, well, we're not sure how much it's going to be the
Right.
young version and versus the 70-something
Yeah,
version.
because Han Ji-min's a huge star.
huge.
Yeah.
And it's just
great,
been
though.
it's been so and I mean I don't know about you, Maurice. I haven't really missed
Han Ji-min, no.
No, and I'm not saying that as a negative to Han
No.
Ji-min, but it's because Kim Hae-ja has done such an amazing job of portraying the character that Han Ji-min set up in those first couple of episodes.
Her inner
that you
25-year-old.
still- You still
Yes.
feel so connected to
So
that
great.
I just don't feel. I don't feel like I've missed
so great.
anything.
Yeah.
and it's such a testament to just such an amazing performance
Yeah.
and everything. And I'm just it's just been a delight to watch.
And the third woman we focused on her Instagram is Kim Hee-won, who is the director of The Crown.
Loved it so much.
Did you ladies like that show?
Oh,
It's really one of the
It
best
was really
ever.
ever.
Phenomenal directing talent.
It was
just gorgeous.
it was gorgeous. It was beautiful.
The storytelling and the cinematography, those shots, the look was incredible.
It was.
And you said also the sensibility that she
Yes.
captured in both her male and female characters.
I really,
Yes.
and I think that's something that really just stood out. That I thought that's the thing that really. We talked about it when the assault happened in the first couple of episodes. The way she shot it was you could tell it had a different feel to it.
Yes.
And the way
Heartbreaking,
Another
but
female
not
point of
exploitive in
view.
any way.
In any way.
From the female point of view, from a young girl's point of view. So
right?
really well done.
It was just really, really well done up until even the end. I mean, even the ending of this show, it was shot so differently. You could actually, in my personal opinion, it was more of, you could feel the emotions of the characters in almost every shot, where a lot of times in a big action sequence, it's just the,
It's about the movement.
it's about the actual, like the action of it happening.
Right. No, she tapped into a sensitivity.
She really did.
And her actors delivered, and she did the same thing with Money Flower.
Okay, so I didn't see that one.
Yeah,
Oh, I think
and
neither
it was
one
a
of us
crazy
saw that.
story,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
she seems to us, she works with actors incredibly well, brings out really wonderful nuance in these performances. So
And if you watch even some of the behind the scenes stuff or the clips that she seems like she's having just the greatest time. Like you can tell that the way she runs
Making
a
the
set,
show.
Yeah.
making the show, like she loves it. Like, and I think that translates.
That
we
can't help
cannot,
but
we will
permeate.
follow her to the ends of the earth.
Ends. I mean, like, all day I'm following her for sure.
Yeah.
And then we cannot have a conversation about how amazing women are in the K-drama universe without mentioning writers, because writers is what we always are talking about, because they're the one that are crafting the stories.
And there are so many female writers in K-drama.
female writers.
Yeah.
And the two that really currently are just the juggernauts of the entire K-drama industry are Kim Eun-hee, who did Kingdom, and Signal, which are two of the top Korean dramas pretty much anybody will mention. And you cannot have a conversation about writers in general in K-drama without mentioning Kim Eun-suk, who did Mr. Sunshine, Goblin,
Saw it.
Descendants of the
Saw
Sun,
it. Saw it.
Heirs,
Saw
Gentleman's
it.
Dignity,
Saw it.
Secret Garden, and the
it.
list continues on. But
Yes.
those are, Jen
I've
stops
seen
at 2010.
And the ones that were before that, I might have seen a couple more
She
of those as
probably
well.
did.
So, but yeah,
What
I've
a
seen- I've
prolific
seen-
writer.
Yeah.
And to be given the budget to play out these stories in this scope. It's
Oh yeah,
really,
I mean Descendants. Good lord.
So that there are
Talk about scope.
opportunities for female writers is huge.
It's
You know, women in
huge.
Hollywood have to fight to get into the writers' room. So
Still do, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So it's really heartening for us as Western American Canadian women to see female writers have such success and to be given, because you have to fight, you have to earn it, right? I mean, these shows, if people don't tune in, you're not
Yeah,
getting
exactly.
another shot.
You're not
So
getting another shot.
That this talent is
That's true
able
everywhere.
to, this talent is able to flourish is really, really amazing.
It really is. And I find it almost comical that they probably allowed women to be writers, because women, they can sit in their room and write and that kind of a thing, where being a director is a manly job. And so I'm really fascinated by the fact that it's kind of worked to the advantage, I think, of just society in general, that all of these stories that are so popular and so huge are written by women. Like, I think it's almost like a cosmic joke, which I love so much.
Because when we use the term "given the opportunity," our assumption is that it's the patriarchy who is in control of these studios, in control of the networks, and that they are deigning to allow women to write. I mean, I think we've moved past that because clearly women are the success behind
of course.
the K-drama Hallyu wave. So,
but it's just
Consistent delivery.
I will forever be fascinated by the fact that women are.
The majority of
writers
Yeah.
in Korea,
Yeah.
and I think that's
they are
amazing.
changing culture.
Yeah.
As we first started just really paying attention to K-dramas beyond just our love of them, it was fascinating to me to learn that also.
Yeah. I
didn't expect it.
No, because it's dovetailing with the Me Too movement.
Yep.
Because you have so many significant voices impacting the entirety of culture in that way.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And it kind of goes back to what we were talking about last week, which was that the book Kim Ji-young, born 1982, and how it's kind of changed the scope of where dramas are going. So now the women who are already there are now able to not only just have one moment or one line.
Probably write the stories they've been wanting to write for years.
And they're already in place. It's not like you now have to fight your way to get in. They're already there. And they're already the ones that are bringing in the money.
Yeah.
And so they're already viable. And I just think that it's just so juicy and so good. And I just
it's a fantastic time to be a Korean drama fan, and we love it so much. So.
And so just stay strong out there, people, because things are changing. And I think that's really what is the biggest takeaway for me anyway, is that even though it looks bad, it's good that it's finally being revealed, and that it's all that murk is coming to the surface, and we're going to clear it away. And that's across the globe, because it's not just in Korea, it's everywhere.
Let's replace it with love and equanimity.
Right? Exactly. Wow.
All right.
And there's our thoughts on this week. We're the K3. I'm Jen.
I'm Karen.
I'm Marisa. Do you want to talk to us?
We want to talk to you. Obviously.
We're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Subscribe to us here on YouTube. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers. Leave us a comment below. Please let us know your thoughts. Let's keep this K-drama copy clutch going. See you soon.